going to move on to The Independent now. And if only Tucker Carlson had waited an hour, his little interview would have got so many more views.
Yeah. So Tucker Carlson is set to release a controversial interview with Vladimir Putin tonight. I hope you're not watching it. I hope you're watching this instead. So the former Fox News host has come under fire for his interview with the Russian president, while the war in Ukraine is going on. So Tucker insists that the interview is needed to reveal truth about, Putin and his motives and what the situation is from his perspective. Unfortunately, this quest for truth didn't go get very far before he lied, because he claimed not a single Western journalist had bothered to interview Putin since the conflict began nearly 2 years ago. It didn't begin 2 years ago, it began in 2014. But the Kremlin immediately slapped him down and said, no, that's not true. We get loads of requests to interview him.
What's the big controversy here? Why shouldn't he do this?
Basically because Putin's a dictator, an autocrat.
But then should George Galloway not have gone to talk to Saddam Hussein?
No, of course not. George Galloway shouldn't be your sphere of reference for acceptable behaviour. George Galloway's not a journalist.
Wait a minute, how about Trevor McDonald interviewing Saddam Hussein?
I think the issue here is people are worried because Tucker Carlson and a lot of people on the American right, a lot of people on the British right, for some weird reason, they turn it into Jeremy Corbyn over the Ukraine issue. A lot of people are very sympathetic to Putin because people on the left and people on the right love autocratic leaders. What I found
That's not true.
It absolutely is true. And also, there's been
Okay.
so much misinformation. Like there's been somebody said, "Oh, look, Tucker Carlson's been put on this kill list by the Ukrainian government," and it wasn't. It's been banging, going around Twitter, and it's not a kill. It's a list made of Russian assets made by an NGO, a private NGO, not the Ukrainian government.
You're really suggesting that misinformation goes around Twitter? I cannot believe it. Lewis, what do you think of this? I know you take a different perspective.
I think it has nothing to do with the fact that he's an autocrat, that Putin's an autocrat or a bad guy. The fact is this whole world is in a state of war. And we're going to need Russia to be on our side.
Russia's not going to be on your side.
They won't be on our side, but they won't be joined with China. We need them strong.
They literally are joined with
China.
They're literally using Chinese weapons. They're using North Korean and Chinese weapons.
Because we stopped them from doing that. We boycotted them. We shouldn't have done that.
So if we let them use the Chinese weapons against Europeans, somehow they'll join Europe.
The Ukraine is barely Europe.
It's a lot more European than Russia.
You know something? I resent that you're saying that because my DNA comes entirely from the Ukraine.
Okay, so now you're making it about race. You're accusing him.
I don't know. I just thought I'd add that in.
Yeah.
But the point here is my point. My point is this. Sometimes
Lewis. I'm just.
What did I do? What did I?
Well, you made it personal. You made it about xenophobia, which wasn't there.
It wasn't. There was no
false accusation.
xenophobia.
Not happy about that. Lewis, I've shown the card. Okay, now.